The start of Jackie Chan's career began in Bruce Lee's films. There is information that is hidden about the beginning of his career. An ordinary person who appeared on screen for only a few seconds, taking blows from Bruce Lee himself. No one could have imagined then that this unremarkable stuntman would one day become a world star, whose name would stand alongside the legend who beat him. His face wasn't shown in close-up, and his name wasn't even always mentioned in the credits. He was just a body that had to fall beautifully and suffer convincingly, but it was this body that concealed incredible potential. Could young Chan Kong-sang, then known as Little Jackie or simply A Chan, imagine that his path from stuntman to film icon would be paved not only with fame but also with hundreds of fractures and injuries? And did the blows from Bruce Lee truly become his ticket to the big screen? Today, we will delve into the incredible story of Jackie Chan's early career, which is shocking in its simplicity and at the same time its grandeur. The first time Jackie Chan appeared in filming was not in Bruce Lee's films. Watch to the end and you will find out. Subscribe to the channel and like it so you don't miss the most interesting stories from the world of stars. Let's start this story. After Bruce Lee's tragic death in 1973, a huge niche formed in Hong Kong cinema. Producers and directors were looking for new kung fu stars capable of taking the place of the Little Dragon. This became an opportunity for many young talents, including Jackie Chan. Initially, they tried to turn him into the new Bruce Lee, forcing him to play serious, somber roles with minimal dialogue and maximum emphasis on fight scenes. However, this approach did not bring success. Jackie was different. He had a natural sense of humor, acrobatic abilities, and a desire to experiment with comedy. He understood that copying Bruce Lee was pointless, because he had his own unique style, his own charisma. He had to find his own way. The path to Jackie Chan's fame was far from glamorous. He was born in Hong Kong, into a poor family, and at an early age his parents sent him to the China Drama Academy, essentially a boarding school where strict discipline reigned. He spent 10 years there, mastering acrobatics, martial arts, singing, and acting. It was not just an educational institution, but a real forge of talents that trained masters of opera who later became the foundation of Hong Kong cinema. It was there that Chan Kong-sang honed his skills, which would later become his trademark. Harsh training, minimal rest, and constant physical pain were part of daily life, preparing him for the no less harsh realities of the film industry. He learned not just to endure pain, but to use it, turning it into part of his performance. After graduating from the academy, like many of his peers, Jackie Chan began looking for work in cinema. At that time, Hong Kong's cinema was already developing rapidly, and kung fu films were particularly popular. However, vacancies for young actors were rare, while stuntmen were always needed, people ready to perform dangerous tricks, fall from heights, take blows, and look convincing while doing it. This work became Jackie's first step into big cinema. He took every opportunity, despite the risk and minimal pay. Every day on set was for him not only work, but also a school where he observed experienced actors and directors, learned the subtleties of filmmaking, and honed his stunt skills. This was a period when he was practically invisible to the general public, but indispensable to the industry. The culmination of this period was his work in the films of the legendary Bruce Lee. Young Jackie was part of the stunt team that worked on such iconic films as Fist of Fury, 1972, and Enter the Dragon, 1973. In these films, Jackie Chan often played bad guys who were mercilessly beaten by Bruce Lee himself. He might appear on screen for only a few seconds, take a powerful blow, and fall impressively. And although these roles were episodic, and his face sometimes impossible to distinguish, for Jackie it was an invaluable experience. He had a unique opportunity to observe Bruce Lee's work up close, his speed, precision, charisma. Some even recall that Bruce Lee noticed Jackie's diligence and special talent, sometimes delaying filming to ensure the blow looked as realistic as possible, even if it meant a harder blow for Jackie. This experience became a kind of school of survival and mastery. Do you imagine what young Jackie Chan felt, daily receiving real blows from a world star, knowing that his name would not even be mentioned in the credits? Was this experience more humiliating or an invaluable lesson? Write your thoughts in the comments. The turning point came when Jackie Chan began working with director Yuan Wuping. It was under his guidance that he starred in the films Snake in the Eagle's Shadow, 1978, and Drunken Master, 1978. These films became a real breakthrough. In them, Jackie was able to combine his impressive martial arts skills with elements of comedy, physical humor, and the use of improvised objects in combat. This was a completely new, fresh style that differed from the brutal, serious kung fu characteristic of Bruce Lee. Audiences were delighted by his acrobatic stunts, which were not just spectacular, but also funny and unpredictable. Drunken Master particularly vividly demonstrated his ability to combine comedy with fighting, creating a unique image. This unique style became Jackie Chan's trademark and allowed him to stand out among many other actors. He transformed dangerous stunts into an art, adding an element of surprise and humor to them. Every fight in his films was not just a confrontation, but a real spectacle, where the boundaries between acrobatics, comedy, and martial arts blurred. He himself invented most of his stunts, risking his health for an incredible shot. This dedication to his craft, despite numerous fractures and injuries, made him a true icon. Subsequently, Jackie Chan began directing his own films, such as the Police Story series and Project, where he had full control over the creative process. This allowed him to further develop his unique style, deepen the comedic component, and perfect his stunt performances. His films became blockbusters in Asia, and later conquered Hollywood. It is important to understand that at that time, the Hong Kong film industry was a real dream factory, where directors and actors worked at a frantic pace, releasing several films a year. This required incredible endurance and dedication, as the competition was fierce. Jackie Chan always emphasized that his success is the result not only of talent, but also of hard work and constant improvement. He never rested on his laurels, always striving to surpass himself in each new film. This applied to both the complexity of the stunts and the depth of acting. His innovations in martial arts, the integration of comedy and dramatic elements made him a unique phenomenon in world cinema. He became not just an actor, but a brand, a symbol of quality action comedy cinema. His influence is still felt today in many modern action films and films with elements of physical humor. What lesson, in your opinion, can be learned from Jackie Chan's story for those who seek success but face being undervalued in the initial stages? Share your thoughts in the comments. Few people know that in the beginning, Jackie Chan also tried his hand at dramatic roles, but these attempts were not very successful, as audiences were already used to seeing him in a completely different role. He learned to listen to his audience and intuitively feel what they needed. This allowed him to create a unique symbiosis of comedy and action, which became his golden ticket. With each new project, he didn't just make a film, he created a whole era in cinema that still inspires new generations of actors and directors. Most people believe that Jackie Chan's first appearance was in Bruce Lee's films. Rumor has it that Jackie first appeared in a commercial that was only in certain regions of China province. His ability to combine humor with danger, turning each scene into a work of art, is impressive. Each fight is a choreography, meticulously planned, but at the same time full of improvisation and unexpected twists. His humor was always witty and never descended into vulgarity, which made his films suitable for a wide audience. He became a true public favorite, not only because of his stunts, but also thanks to his charisma and sincerity. The story of his rise from an unnamed stuntman to a global superstar is not just a success story, but a clear example that perseverance, unique talent, and faith in oneself can overcome any obstacles. Jackie Chan didn't try to be someone else, he created his own path, his own legend. From Bruce Lee's blows to receiving an honorary Oscar, it's a path full of pain, hard work, and incredible achievements. His example proves that even the most humble beginning can lead to the top of the world if you don't give up and always follow your dream. Subscribe to the channel to learn more fascinating stories.